right, so we're just going to jump right into it. Tabs up on the screen, and we're going to start with the first 4 measures. If you like these tabs, you can print them out by becoming a Patreon. We'll have them available on our website soon as well. Links are in the description. You can become a Patreon right here, linked in the note. Okay, so the first 4 measures are up, and tuning, right? Open G. You're going to want to drop your E string to a D, A string to a G, then your D, G, and B, they all remain the same. In fact, those 3 strings right there are already an open G chord. And then your high D will become, your high E will also become a D. So you have 2 D notes. So we're going to start with the shuffle, and it goes. And if you enjoy Open G guitar tutorials, make sure you check out our Open G playlist as well. This is something I've been playing a lot. In fact, I'm just keeping this laying around in Open G. Thumb on the open G string, and which used to be the A, and then your index finger is going to pluck up on the other open G. 1 and 2. Ring finger on the 4th fret of the G string. 1 and 2. Now, we're doing this more in the style of Robert Johnson. Open G is also what I call the Keith Richards tuning too. So there's a lot of things you can do with this tuning. We're keeping this more in the style of Delta Blues. 1 and 2 and 3. Open D string. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 4th beat, index finger, 2nd fret. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Middle finger, 3rd fret. 1 and down the way we came up. 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And that's the first 2 measures. Sounds great with some palm muting as well. Now, if you just use that shuffle, you have something cool for your open G guitar tuning. I like to use that one with a slide as well. But what we're going to do, though, is we're going to add some spice to measures 3 and 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. First beat, open G string by itself. And then we're going to slide up middle finger, 5th fret of, or 6th fret of the B string. Ring finger, 7th of the G string. And this comes from this shape. You can get your index finger down and strum open, open, 7, 6, 5. Also, you can get your ring finger on that 8th fret. So there's a lot of cool ideas that you can come up with right here. This is just one of them. Experiment. These Open G guitar tutorials are not only to encourage you to play in this style, but they're encourage you to experiment in this style of guitar as well. So we're sliding from a half step, 1 pole, 2 pole, 1, 2 pole, 3 pole, 4. 1, 2 pole, 3 pole, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. Then we get our index finger down. You can have it down earlier. I think that makes the slide a little easier. That's why I didn't do it earlier. And then I'm going to use my middle finger, 5th fret of the high D string, and then pluck the same finger on the 6th fret of the B. 1 and 2. Then on the 2nd beat, thumb on the G string, index finger on the 7th fret of the G string, 1 and 2 and 3. Sounds good with swing? Sounds good straight. Admittedly, blues probably sounds better with a little bit of swing. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. These first 4 measures, nice and slow. Another cool thing about this style is it sounds great slow and it sounds great fast. So take your time, learn to play it slowly. You can always speed it up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 polar, 3 polar, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. One time without me counting, even though you should be counting in your head so you can keep time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to this C shape. Now, this is open G string, 2nd fret of the D string, open G, 1st fret of the B, 2nd fret of that high D. So this is it's a C chord, but it's a G in the bass. So it's a C/G chord. Now, if you get your pinky down on the 3rd fret of that G, it becomes a C7. So what we're going to do is we're going to play 2 measures that sound like this. We're going to make this chord, pinch, thumb on the G, middle finger high, E, and then again, middle finger, 1st fret of the B string on the offbeat. 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2, thumb, 2nd fret of the D string, 1 and 2 and, index finger, open G on the offbeat. 1 and 2 and 3, 3rd beat, thumb, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. After that, back to the open G and then thumb, 2nd fret of the D string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then I'm gonna get my pinky down on the 3rd fret and repeat the exact same pattern. So I get. That is measures 5 and 6. Now 4, 7, and 8, you can repeat the shuffle if you want. You could also repeat the riff if you wanted. That sounds great as well. We're going to keep it with the finger picking and do something that sounds like this. Bar the 3rd fret, well not bar, I'm going to play the 3rd fret of the high D and the B string, and I'm going to do a very similar pattern to what I've been doing earlier. In fact, this is the same pattern. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Pinch, middle finger high D, middle finger again on the B on the offbeat. 1 and 2, then index finger G string on the and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. If you put those 4 together, you get this. Then we get into the turnaround. You made it this far and you haven't hit the like button? Come on. If you hit the like button, it helps people just like you find this lesson. For the turnaround, we're going to make this D shape. It's a D7, but there's no F sharp, so it's kind of like a D power chord with the 7. Open, 2, open, 2, 1, open. You can get your pinky on the 4th fret, then it becomes a D7, but it's not that important because we're not actually even going to play the D string. So again, open D, 2nd fret on the G, open D, 2nd fret on the G, 1st fret on the B. And then open high D as well. That's that D measure. Pinch, middle finger on the B string, thumb on the low D, index finger on the G. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and then down to that D string with your thumb. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. We're going to go to this G shape that we've been playing. You can keep that finger down there, which is nice to have a little pivot. Then we're going to pinch the outside. In fact, this is the same rhythm that we did for measure 5. It's middle finger on the high E, middle finger B, thumb, and then index, thumb, index, thumb. Exact same as measure 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 measures. So those two measures, nice and slow, are 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? Turnaround time. Open G, 3rd fret on the D string, and you're going to go 3 with your thumb, index finger on the open G, 3. So it's 1, 2, pola. Middle finger, 2nd fret. Same rhythm, triplet, index finger, triplet, and then pinch them both. Boom. Now there, if you wanted to, you could also get in that low G. You could go, that would sound like 1, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1. But also 1, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1. Sounds great too. 1, 2 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1. 2nd fret, I use my middle finger or my ring finger, 1st fret of the B, and you could just move that up on the 2nd beat, and then up to 2 and 3, and then land on 3 and 4 on the 3rd beat. 2 and 3, 4. I like to get the G on the bass of the 2nd beat, 1 and 2, and then the open D, the low D on the 3rd beat, like 1 and 2, 3. I'm sorry, it would be 1, 2, and 3, 4 into the top. So the last 4 measures would sound like this. All right, let's go ahead and play through this flashy 12-bar blues in our open G guitar tutorial from the top, nice and slow. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go, folks. That is how you make your 12-bar in G come alive with a lot of cool movements and some fun stuff playing to make it flashier and fun, but still approachable, nothing too advanced. I hope you dig it. There's new guitar tutorials every single Monday. Please subscribe. Thumbs up if it helped you again. Think about becoming a Patreon so you can print those tabs. And I'll catch you next Monday for guitar.